Hey, Class Bites fans, welcome back. Today we're jumping into a massive real-world topic that affects the clothes you wear, the food you eat, and even the phone in your pocket. How global supply chains shape local economies and environments. This is one of the most important ideas for understanding how our world really works. If you're ready to break down big concepts into quick, clear insights, hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe for more fast, powerful lessons. Let's uncover how global connections transform everyday life. Global supply chains link producers, factories, transport networks, and consumers across many regions, creating a long path that goods follow before reaching their final destination. Their influence on local economies and environments is powerful because they shape how communities work, what opportunities people have, and how natural resources are used. When a global company decides to source parts or labor from a particular place, that choice can bring new jobs, new investments, and new business partnerships. Local workers may gain skills that help them earn more, while towns may see new roads, warehouses, or ports built to support the flow of goods. These developments often encourage additional businesses to emerge, especially small suppliers that hope to work with larger firms. As a result, local economies can grow rapidly, and communities may experience new levels of economic activity that were previously out of reach. However, these benefits are not guaranteed or evenly distributed. Global supply chains often push companies to search for the lowest production costs, which can place pressure on wages and working conditions. In communities where bargaining power is limited, workers may find themselves in jobs that pay modestly, despite being part of a highly profitable international industry. Some regions may rely heavily on one large foreign buyer, meaning that if the company relocates or reduces orders, the entire community experiences sudden economic hardship. This dependency can make local economies unstable because decisions made far away by executives or investors can determine the well-being of people who have little influence over those choices. In this way, global supply chains create both opportunities and vulnerabilities, shaping economic life in ways that are closely tied to distant forces. Their environmental impact is equally significant. When global companies demand large quantities of raw materials, local ecosystems can come under strain. Forests may be cleared more quickly, water supplies may be stretched thin, and soil may become depleted from intensive farming or mining. As production increases to meet international demand, pollution from factories, vehicles, and waste can rise. Rivers may carry runoff from industrial sites, air quality may decline near major manufacturing zones, and biodiversity may be lost as landscapes are transformed. These changes do not occur evenly. Some communities experience substantial environmental pressure, while others remain relatively untouched. The unevenness reflects the fact that global supply chains often concentrate resource-heavy activities in places where regulations are weak or enforcement is limited, even if this places long-term ecological health at risk. Despite these challenges, global supply chains can also encourage improvements in environmental management. Large international companies, responding to public pressure or internal responsibility standards, sometimes require their suppliers to follow cleaner production methods, reduce emissions, or limit waste. When local businesses adopt these practices to remain competitive, the surrounding environment may benefit from reduced pollution and more efficient resource use. In some regions, exposure to global standards has inspired new environmental policies at the local or national level, raising expectations for how factories and farms operate. Communities that once had little say in environmental matters may find themselves better protected if major buyers insist on sustainable practices. The potential for positive environmental change grows when governments, companies, and local organizations work together to balance economic growth with ecological protection. The transportation networks that connect supply chains also have important effects. Moving goods across long distances require ships, airplanes, trucks, and trains, all of which produce emissions that contribute to environmental stress. Ports and major logistic hubs can reshape coastlines, add noise to nearby neighborhoods, and increase traffic in urban areas. Yet improved infrastructure can also help local communities by making travel easier, strengthening regional trade, and enabling faster access to goods and services. The relationship between transportation and local life is therefore a mix of benefits and burdens, shaped by how well planning balances efficiency with respect for the people and environments that surround these routes. Local cultures and social structures are influenced as well. When global supply chains introduce new ideas, technologies, and work practices, communities may adapt rapidly. Young people may choose different types of careers, families may adjust their daily routines, and traditional ways of making a living may fade in importance. While exposure to global markets can create exciting possibilities, it can also generate tension if long-held customs appear threatened or if economic changes deepen inequalities within the community. Some people may prosper in new industries while others struggle to adjust or find themselves excluded from emerging opportunities. The result is a social landscape shaped by both the promise of global integration and the challenges that accompany rapid change. Balancing these impacts requires thoughtful coordination. Governments can help protect workers through fair labor standards, support small businesses so they are not overshadowed by foreign firms, and regulate environmental practices to ensure that development does not damage long-term well-being. Companies can design supply chains that value sustainability and respect for local communities, even when doing so requires more careful planning or higher initial costs. Local residents and organizations can voice their concerns and advocate for approaches that support both economic vitality and ecological health. When all these elements are aligned, global supply chains can create a foundation for lasting prosperity that benefits both people and the planet. In essence, global supply chains act as powerful currents that flow through local economies and environments. They carry the potential for growth, innovation, and connection, but they also carry risks related to inequality, pollution, and instability. Understanding their influence makes it possible to guide them in a direction that strengthens communities rather than overwhelms them. By recognizing the ways these vast networks shape everyday life, societies can make wiser decisions about how to participate in the global economy while still protecting the places they call home.
Thanks so much for spending your time with me today. If this helps you understand the world a little better, show your support by clicking like and make sure to subscribe so you never miss the next fast and clear lesson from Class Bites. Your support means everything. See you in the next one.